Thank you, Brian. Well, what an incredible night. This stadium is emotionally supercharged at the moment. I'm pretty certain I don't think any club has ever paid such a fabulous and emotional tribute to one of their greatest and one of their most inspirational. For the record, Chris Kendall is the referee tonight. Video referee is Jack Smith. And now these players, the 13 on each side who start, have the task of producing a match that this occasion deserves. As Brian says, I don't think there's ever been an emotion, Kyle, in a rugby league stadium like the one we have witnessed in the last hour and the one that we continue to feel right now.
No, certainly not, Dave. And good evening to you and everyone at home on this special night as these two sides battle it out with hopes of keeping their chances of the playoffs alive. Mikołaj Alecki straight into the action there, but met by 3 and 4 Leigh Leopards.
Well, we saw the teams warming up before the game in circumstances like they've never had before. Just how long will it take? I mean, you've never played on an occasion like this. No. I mean, how long does it take to switch on to the task in hand tonight and put just momentarily all that behind them?
Look, it's difficult, Dave, but the team that's able to do it quick has settled down. A huge build-up. But the side that can settle down and just get on with the job in hand will go all the way to no doubt in win this game. And so far for the Rhinos, a solid set. Mikołaj Alecki once again with his second carry, 200 metres last week against Hull and 32 tackles from the big front row. He's got a job to do tonight.
Well, in the context of the season for both these sides, this is huge. They cannot afford to lose. Leeds come into it. Oh, Moylan's doing really well here. Both of them coming into it in mixed circumstances. Leeds, of course, having lost their coach this last week, so Rowan Smith's gone. Chev Walker and Scott Bricks have prepared this team here tonight. Leigh knowing that little glimmer of a chance of making the top 6 probably disappears if they lose here. Yeah. But Leeds likewise have to get that winning habit, and soon, if they are going to make the playoffs as well.
Yeah, you've just nailed it there. Tom Amon, a player of the match performance from him last week and still continuing to find ground. You're right, if Leigh go on and lose this game, it sees them 7 points adrift. Perhaps possible forward pass there. Yeah, Kendall pulls him up. Bit of sloppiness there at the back end of the set. Adrian Lamb, who won't like the look of that. Matt Davis and Moylan just getting their timing wrong. But for the Leeds Rhinos side, if there was ever going to be a reaction built upon the back of what we've just witnessed in the pre-game for this, and of course the sacking of Rowan Smith, well, that was a time for this side to react.
Well, we've had a whisper that Rowan Smith's here tonight, yet to have that confirmed, but there's the man in charge, Chev Walker. And here is an opportunity for Brodie Croft with an early run inside that Leigh half. Picked up by Ned McCormack, youngster, not making his debut tonight, but making his way in the senior game with his appearance here. And Leeds finding a bit of will and finding a bit of muscle to carry themselves further in the hands of another of those youngsters, Alfie Edgell. And Mikołaj Alecki will take it further forward as well. Into dummy half comes O'Connor. Frawley's on his inside, waiting and collecting the pass now. Back for Smith, Cam Smith, the captain of the night. Huge responsibility on his shoulders, of course, to make sure his side are focused on the job in hand. O'Connor picks up, looks left. Here's Frawley. First attack for Leeds, first attacking position. Rhys Martin, who in recent weeks has been linked with a move to Leigh next season, potentially. O'Connor pulls it out, and on the 6th tackle, Frawley will put the kick high in the air, and it's come off Leigh hands. It's come off Leigh hands. It's another set of 6, so maybe that's a panic there from James McDonald, because they had another set to play with.
That's the end of the
advantage. There's no advantage, and Leigh fortuitously will get it back here.
Yeah, the kick there from Frawley. Ricky Latelli, he can't deal with it, but McDonald just decides to try and roll that ball in with Fusatua. Just at the bottom of the screen. The kick's too long, and it's Leigh who'll turn the ball over. Josh Charnley, he's tasked with carrying that ball. Only makes a couple of metres.
Well, Leigh has certainly, Leeds rather certainly has a youthful edge to its lineup tonight. Ben Littlewood making his debut on the bench as well. Sam Esse Jr. having just signed from Wigan on loan. He had a game at Castleford on loan, didn't he? But his first game for Leeds tonight, if and when he comes on. But it is out of necessity as much as out of choice, because they've got so many players missing, not just with injury, but with concussion. 7 of them: Harry Newman, Ash Handley, Andy Ackers, Tom O'Roy, James Bentley, Sam Lassoni, all temporarily out. Morgan Gannon's gone for the season because of those issues, so that will be a concern behind the scenes. Meantime, here comes Lamb with a kick high and a catch by Fussy Tua. It's only his 3rd appearance of the season as well because of injury problems.
Yeah, it's not quite happened for Fussy Tua in a Leeds shirt. Only 44% of his games filled during his time.
Picked up by Frawley. Back on the inside again. Lockie Miller's joining in from full-back, but easily stopped by a robust Leigh defence. Here comes Fussy Tua. Little skip. He only managed a handful of appearances, 17 last season, because of an ankle injury, and only the 3rd so far this season. So I think most people would wish him good luck with a run of form and fitness. This is McCormack. That's the Leigh, the 5th. So O'Connor's up there quickly. Looks down that left-hand side for Frawley's left boot, who puts it high, and Moylan is underneath it, and well met by Martin, who times that to perfection.
Yeah, it was brilliant work from Frankie Holton to put the kick pressure on. It just allows Moylan to catch it that second later that he needed before flattened there by Reece Martin. Zach Hardacre, of course, once a Rhino, part of that treble-winning team with Rob Burrow.
Hardacre put down. I think we'll see a little bit of a swapping and changing between Hardacre, Moylan and Ed Chamberlain tonight. Chamberlain having been named at standoff. I think Moylan will be creeping up to that position plenty as well as the night goes on. Back it comes to Lamb. Fussy Tua should catch this, and does safely. Patches, and he's going to be stopped there. So Jenna Brooks down on the touchline. You have news for us.
Yeah, evening, Dave. Just another tribute to the late, great Rob Burrow. The ref and the 2 linesmen tonight are wearing specially designed M&D football boots.
Thank you, Jenna. Noticeable as well that, there we go, those are the specially designed boots. Noticeable as well that the Leigh officials here, including Adrian Lamb, is wearing a yellow rose. There's an applause on the 7th minute here as well. This has become something we're getting used to in the last few weeks. Their famous number 7 saluted in the 7th. The applause thundering around this stadium that is packed to capacity in honour of just one man. Leigh board, Derek Beaumont, the owner there, wearing those yellow roses as well. Here comes a man for Leigh, who find themselves in a very good position here. Davis out of dummy half. Moylan now takes it on. It's a line hit by Chamberlain. Leeds defence holding up for the moment. Hardacre again, swings it back to Moylan. Here's Davis. Lamb has to reach, puts a little grubber kick in. He started from a poor position with a balance there, and Momorowski picks it off the ground easily back for Leeds.
You know, the pass from Matt Davis there, just round the bootlaces of Lachlan Miller. Lockie Lamb, sorry. The kick wasn't quite where it needed to be.
And now an eerie silence just settles over the ground. I think people are emotionally drained at the moment. Understandably. This is Smith for Leeds. O'Connor in there. Reece Martin will take it on, and well done by Frawley, using the man on the outside edgel, and he gets a penalty here.
Chamberlain.
Offside against those Leigh defenders, so Chance to dig deep into their opponent's half here for Leeds.
Late in the tackle as well. That right edge, they just get up far too aggressive. And Chris Kendall pulls them for offside. They're able just to creep inside of their opposition half now, the home team. And Sangare, he carries straight back in. Gets over 30 metres away.
Maybe carry by Sangare, and there's a platform set here. Roots have been dug in. Can Leeds produce on the back of it? Oleksky again taking it closer. Here's Croft with a skip and a run, and he takes them on here and reaches and scores. Oh, that was special. Never mind the video referee, he's made the decision for himself. But we have to go upstairs to find out what the video ref makes of this. See from Jack Smith.
Tackle 2, we've got a try on field. We're checking grounding, please. It's going to be camera 2. Go on this angle. Croft is in possession. Still in possession. So the hands are always on the ball. Let's go back on the same angle if this is our best angle. Hands are always on the ball. Maybe any other angle that might be better on that side. This one we'll try. Yeah, this angle's going to be our best. We'll go on this angle, please. Just back on this angle and slow. Back, right, slow from here now. Hands are on the ball. Hands are still on the ball, and the ball touches the line. Thank you, I made our decision.
Well, I hope this doesn't sound too corny, but that was a try in the style of Robbie Burrow, wasn't it?
Sure was. Just snapping hard off his right foot and challenging lazy defenders. The carry beforehand from Mikolaj Oleksky, Dave. The line speed from Leigh was just non-existent. They're on the back foot, and then Brodie Croft, he senses it, no inside pressure, goes and skirts and has a look, and he's able to catch them out. Matt Moylan tries his very best at the end, but just keep your eyes here. All the shirts are heading sideways. Tom Amon, Jack Hughes can't tie him. The space is there, and the strength from him. Brodie Croft, so often a try provider for the Leeds Rhinos. Well, he gets his 3rd try of the season, and it was an absolute beauty as well.
And look what it means. There is so much emotion welled up there for so many reasons for Brodie Croft. As Reece Martin puts it over. But he's not had the best of seasons here. The club have not had the best of seasons. The emotion of the night, that all seemed to combine to produce that primal scream of celebration at the end.
Emotionally charged. Well, I actually believe that Brodie Croft has been one of the better performers in this struggling Leeds outfit. And tonight we might see a different style of the way they play. Sometimes under a coach you can play to instruction, or perhaps a lack of instruction, Dave. And the Rhinos have started like a house on fire.
So Hardaker restarts. And there is an energy running through the blue and amber at the moment. Helped again by another penalty here.
I came into this game licking my lips at the prospect of Oleksky taking on Tom Amon, who I think's been one of the form props in the competition. But so far, Oleksky's just carried that ball hard and direct, and he gets the better of his opposite number there in Tom Amon, gives away the penalty.
Not just this game tonight, there's a game over at Wigan, of course. Wigan leading early, 6 points to 0 against London. Win for them tonight takes them back clear at the top. Currently level on points with St Helens and Hull Kingston Rovers following Hull KR's win last night at Cass. The 3 of them locked together, but Wigan with a game in hand, and that game in hand is against Leigh, of course, in a few weeks' time. O'Connor waits to deliver again. This is Martin, just having a burst of that Leigh line. O'Connor quickly over once more. Oleksky is pawing the ground next. He wants to go. Here he goes, taking it in. Good meters there after that initial contact. There is an intent about this Leeds team, no doubt about that. Croft, flat pass. It's taken on again by McDonald. 15 out and 1 play to go. Croft now dribbles it to the corner. work to do on that side from Charlie.
Brilliant.
He's not going to get... Oh, he is. He's just... I was going to say he wasn't out of the in-goal area, but he just about cleared the line with the ball. Got some work to do here for this Leigh team.
Yeah, two wonderful pieces of play. One from Josh Charnley to field that ball in as he takes another carry. But the kick from Brodie Croft was exceptional as well. You see there, threading the needle. Josh Charnley under pressure from Fusatua, Momorowski and Croft, the kicker as well. Does enough to get over.
The atmosphere at the moment, the electricity running around this stadium. This feels like Headingley used to feel like when the Burrows, the Maguires, the Luluais, the Peacocks were running around and entertaining. They've not had that for a while, have they?
It's
but they've certainly got it here tonight. Yeah,
the place is bouncing. Lockie Miller, what a find he's been as well. There's only Tim Laffey in the competition who breaks more tackles than the fullback for Leeds Rhinos. Tricky customer to put down.
Up and at them again here. Edgell joining in the middle. Just a lift again, just to try and get his team downfield. Here's Cameron Smith. Sangare's on his outside. Smith will have a go himself, though, and take them on in the wrestle. Too many in there for him to get real cut through. Owen Trout keeping upstairs to make sure he couldn't get the offload away. And here comes Miller. And a little step back on the inside again from McCormack. Brawley sticks it high. There's some distance to be covered, and yeah, Oleski peels away, knowing exactly what he's done there. Tackled the man in the air, and it's an instant penalty.
He couldn't help himself. He puts his hands on his head, but he's a couple of seconds late. He's got to be better than that. He's got to know how to pull out of there.
But if you're a prop forward with a tasty pair of ribs a few inches in front of you, the temptation is too much, isn't it?
Dave, the game's moved on an awful lot. You know, now that will be getting pulled up. It's a soft error.
So Leigh trying to settle things down here. Hardacre. Out by Chamberlain. Referee saying stop milking. I think he's accusing Leigh players of trying to win something. Davis spinning it out. Hughes and now Lamb, and they cut a few out. And Moylan puts it back on the inside, and Lutelli with a juggle.
Just needed that catch to be clean.
This is Amone. Tom Amone having a look, having a try, trying to push through. Davis pops in there. A Pappy on the bench, of course, tonight. He'll add a little bit of zip when he comes on, and they're trying to burst. It's the offload. Lutelli, but he can't pick out his winger. Charlie flies out of play, and frustration for the coach. Frustration for those on the field as well.
Yeah, just perhaps guilty of overplaying. The offload looked almost impossible. That's the right player, but Lutelli and Charnley, just a misread from one another. Charnley wants to come under, and Lutelli wants to put him in the corner. The ball's turned over 10 metres away from the Rhinos line. It's not a bad place to turn the ball over for them.
It's the Leigh side, of course, that comes into this, having lost only once in their last 6. And amongst their scalps, Catalan a couple of times, including last week. They've beaten Salford, they've beaten Huddersfield, they drew with Cass. So they're with confidence.
And what's more impressive, Dave, that this is their 4th out of 5 away games on the road. They've won.
So Oleski again, Oleski again.
Oh, he loses it there.
Well, carries the defender, but in the end, not the ball. But the effort again there, the intensity. Here's Hanley. The most prolific Leigh try scorer this season. There you could see, look at that.
It's those two again, Tom Amone and Oleski.
You'd have got long odds on a mile of Hanley being Leigh's top try scorer at the start of the year at this stage, wouldn't you? But how he's grown into that. Was that high? Yes, it was.
Yeah, Jared O'Connor just can't deal with the change of angle from the back rower. And Kai O'Donnell, a lazy swinging left arm. Can you imagine?
They'll have reviewed that all week, wouldn't they? That threat on the left-hand side of Leigh and O'Donnell's angles.
Yeah.
But Leigh have been given an opportunity here. Best start to a set they've had so far in this game. Chamberlain helps it away to Hughes. Hughes is going to be held up. So Davis goes into position. Chamberlain's running back towards the middle, looking to organise things. Moylan with a late run to this right-hand side to try and create some numbers, but Leeds have plenty there. And Frankie Holton is dealt with relatively easily. Davis back to the middle. Moylan again now. And here's Lamb. And again, they've got some runners out there in Lutelli who's going to try and carry this. Leeds defenders hanging on. They've still got a couple of plays to go here as well, Leigh, so still a very good opportunity. Moylan with a kick over the top. Hanley's chasing after this. Oh, and he can't quite gather it in. It's the bubble that beat him. And Leeds have it back.
Yeah, the kick from Moylan over the top was a delicate one as well. But the bounce, Dave, you're right. It just does him just there. Because I think he'd beat Alfie Edgell to the corner. Chance gone begging again for the Leopards.
Who'd be a coach, eh? the agony of every bounce. And there's nothing you can do about it when you're sat there on the sidelines.
Nothing.
So just looking to plunder again here. Goudemont, who's...
That's a good carry, Reece Martin. Good deception from O'Connor as well. Gets a quick play of the ball and they take off again through Brodie Croft. Again, challenging defenders, just trying to spot a weakness in that line. But there's none forthcoming.
There's O'Connor, back to Frawley again, and Frawley with a little step back towards the middle. One play to go, 15 metres out. Leeds find themselves in prime position for an attacking kick off the boot of Croft. Charlie underneath it. Oh, great take. Hands above the head. Wonderful take. Well, we know what we're here for tonight, of course, celebrating the life of Rob Burrow and all the wonderful work he did in terms of MND awareness. The QR code on your screen there, if you scan that QR code or go to mndassociation.org/Sky Sports, you can donate. Remember, every day 6 people diagnosed with motor neuron disease. There is no cure. And the MND Association, a charity working to change that, and your support can help. And we will be showing you that again throughout the night. So if you didn't catch it on that occasion, get ready. But if you can't get the QR screen, reminder, mndassociation.org/Sky Sports. Leeds having to start from deep here. Lots coming on Sky Sports over this weekend. As ever, the only place where you'll see every single Betfred Super League game live, plus the NRL mix as well. Some big games coming up as we begin to enter the business stage of the season.
Yeah,
Kyle, we're over the halfway point.
Yeah, and it's gone by so quick. The runners and riders are now set to get through these next sort of 5 or 6 games, and then it really does begin to hotten up. Cam Smith there, getting inside a quick play of the ball. It's tackle 5, Croft.
Here's Croft going wide. Momorowski now tries to wrong foot Moylan, but Moylan had it tracked and immediately wants to launch an attack.
He does well.
Hanley. Oh, brilliant. And Hardacre on the outside has to cut back in. The cover was coming across. He didn't fancy his pace to beat them on the outside, but this is a very good starting position from Lee's point of view, given where that kick came in from Leeds at the end of that.
Yeah, this is a quality game. 21 minutes on the clock. Both sides willing to move the ball. I like there what Moylan did, linking up with the backfield. Just trying to challenge the left edge of the Leeds Rhinos. Edwin Ipape now being brought on to speed up that ruck.
Lamb, Moylan. Oh, white ball, brilliant pass to Charlie. Charlie now, but Croft is across there. He's having a game tonight, Brodie Croft, and he got over there to make that tackle. And now Ipape, Chamberlain. Here's Hardacre. Hardacre cuts back on the inside again. Myla Hanley was calling for the ball on the right-hand side. It didn't come his way. Last play here. It's with Hughes. Lamb. And quick hands from Moylan. Brilliant stop, Lutelli. But look at the numbers in blue and amber. There was simply no way he was going to score there. Determination, effort. Crofts there again, but several of his teammates as well.
Yeah, I thought they were stripped for all money. But the work that Brodie Croft does from underneath the ball, Fussy Tua holds and be patient. A brilliant piece there defensively from the try scorer, Brodie Croft.
But it's Leigh's job now to turn up the heat in defence, to keep Leeds penned as deep as they possibly can.
They're penned over in that box, that 10-metre by 10-metre box, and it's took them 3 players just to get out of it. But again, they've only made 15 or so metres. The Leopards have just got to keep this up. Mikolaj Lenski juggles the ball.
He's hungry for work tonight, isn't he?
Oh, he's putting himself about, yeah.
Well, they've extricated themselves reasonably well here. Gudemont on tackle 5 is only 8 away from the halfway line. Croft with a big boot, bit of a spin on that. He just gets the bounce in front of Moylan, but it's kind enough for Moylan to take it one-handed and offer it back to Hanley again. Here comes flying forward. 12 tries for Amila Hanley. Since his belated introduction, he wasn't the first choice, was he, on the wing at the start of the year?
No, he missed the opening 2 rounds. But he's been winger ever since. And you've mentioned it there, 12 tries in 13 games. He's not a bad return. In fact, it's pretty good.
Hardacre with a spin. Started in the right centre's position, finishes in the left second rower's position almost when he's eventually put down. Lamb across the line. Moylan now. Holton stopped. Lamb. Hughes, good hands to Lamb. But they're going no further.
Yeah, the right edge has answered every single thing that the Leopards have thrown at them through Moylan, through Lamb. There's a short side play here.
Lamb's going cute on the last play. They're trying to trick them, they're trying to surprise them, but all they've done is give the ball away. And Lockie Miller was looking to pick a path here. Well, they've enjoyed that on the terraces and in the stands for the most part. It's just a huge populated western terrace that didn't, where all the Leeds fans are, but Leeds fans are enjoying this at the moment. 24 minutes play.
Well, they'll be enjoying defensive displays on the right edge, particularly because that lethal left edge that we so often mention when we talk and we call games that of Adrian Lamb's side. But the Rhinos, after a quarter of it gone, have answered every single thing there to come their way.
Yeah, if you're picking a game plan against Leigh, you know that left edge.
Absolutely.
And yet, Amila Hanley, the right winger, is the man with the most tries this season, which perhaps is a tribute to Matt Moylan's ability to come in.
Chamberlain just flattens Frawley. Croft again looking back at the inside. They've obviously identified that as an area of weakness in the Leigh team. Frawley's chanced his arm. Croft's come back on a couple of occasions and got through on one of those.
One to go. Martin and Lamb again.
Oh, it's too long.
A little supercharged off the boot. And will not look back on that with any great relish.
As soon as it left his boot, far too much weight on it. It just means, of course, that the Leopards will get an extra tackle in this set. As Josh Charnley just pinches 10 metres further up the field, Amila Hanley tries to do the same.
Here's Ipape. Hardacre's up there, but Ipape's got to travel light by himself. Quick play the ball as well, really quick play the ball. And they're getting some extra yards on the back of that as well. Hardacre with another 15 taken up very quickly. Ipape. Lamb. Back on the inside for Lutelli. Lutelli put down. Well, there's some talent up there, isn't there? Legends of years gone by, and some still playing, of course. Watching on here tonight, and watching Brodie Croft put the foot down and off he goes. It's a foot race between him and Matt Moylan. And the way Croft's playing, he ain't going to be caught. He's not going to be caught. Not tonight of all nights. He does it again. He's having quite the starring performance. But we have to go back and analyse how this all began before the celebrations will be unleashed.
Just check grounding, please. It's too quick for me.
Oh, the grounding is what he's looking at.
It's 0 tackle, and we've got a try on field. We're just checking the ground of the ball, please. Camera on first. It's not going to be best. Slow as we're getting closer to the grounding. Hands on the ball, hands on the ball. And that ball is grounded. Made my decision.
He's doubled his try tally for the season in just one night. Only 2 before tonight. A season he'd possibly want to forget the way it's gone so far. But the former man of steel is rolling back his form of a couple of years ago on this special evening with a second Leeds try.
Yeah, and it was a length of the field effort as well. The Leeds Rhinos, they don't switch off. It was a tired carry from Tom Amon. He spills the ball, and in a blink of an eye, the Rhinos are away. Lockie Miller just files Brodie Croft through a huge, enormous hole. And the speed of Croft, the former man of steel. He scored one earlier, and he's just bagged another. And again, just look at the emotion on his face as he races away. He's got 14 try assists to his name as Brodie Croft this season in what's been a difficult year at the club.
Look at that. Is he enjoying tonight or what? Well, what a night for the Burrow family. Rob's daughter Mayer's in there. The whole family here tonight.
Mayer Burrow delighted with that, as is that man, Chev Walker. A big score.
A reminder of the background and why there has been so much emotion here tonight, and Martin has
pulled it, Dave.
Put it wide.
Reece Martin has kicked 43 goals this year, 85.7%. He just pulls that one.
Was he ever going to be caught here, Brodie Croft? You know, given the people who are chasing, he never looked like getting caught, did he?
No, there's not enough there. Josh Charnley tries, and Matt Moylan as well. But the pace from the former man of steel is too much. In transition, defence to attack. And the Leopards are just too late to react. And a big night now here for Sam Esse, trying to get his career in Super League off and running.
Some more disappointing news from Leeds' point of view in terms of David Fusi-Tua, because he's just gone off for an HIA assessment. I mean, how much bad luck has that fella had?
Oh, it's not been easy for him. A devastating ball carrier when he's fully fit. But he just can't seem to get going, Dave.
So, as you pointed out, Kyle, Sam Esse Jr. on the field for his debut.
Again, Lockie Miller this time off that right foot, just targeting the middle unit.
Fella from down under, Aaron Penne, who's about to come on as well for his Leigh debut tonight. Moylan with the catch, exploring the possibilities. Charnley looking back from whence it came and finding only a Leeds defence that's ready to go. Here he is, Aaron Penne. He arrived last week. His teammates were in Perpignan, so he only got to meet them this week. Trained with them a couple of times. And the man from Melbourne is making his way onto the field. Wigan leading 18-0 against London. No surprises there. They rattled up about 60 against them earlier in this season at Wimbledon, didn't they?
Here he is.
Here is Penne.
It's a decent opening carry. His job is to just give Tom Amon a bit of relief.
Lamb. Moylan.
Oh, it's a chance.
Moylan with a step back on the inside and throws it now for Frankie Holton. And Lucas dragging him down, but as Holton got it down, referee's not sure.
Time out. Right, Jack. That is tackle 4. I have no try.
No try on the field.
I've got that the ball is held up. Can you confirm,
Well,
please?
you can hear what the referee thinks about that. Let's have a listen to what the video referee thinks.
It's tackle 4. We've got no try on field. We're checking grounding. Camera 9 will be our best angle for the first shot, please. See if we can see the ball all the way on this. Holton's in possession. That's a fair challenge. Keep going through on this angle. Still in possession. The ball is up. Yeah. Hand is on the ball and the ball is still up. The ball is on the leg at that point and still up. Let's keep rolling this angle because we can see at this point it's not been grounded. Still up, it's on the two legs. Keep rolling this all the way through. Keep rolling. And we lose the ball on that angle now. Don't imagine we've got anything from the other side, have we? Nothing else that shows the ball. No, none of the other angles show the ball, so this is going to be our best angle. Keep running it through. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Just confirm that this angle doesn't show us any more of the ball. Keep going through on this angle. The ball is always up at that point. There we go. This is our best angle then. Right, ball's on. Keep rolling it all the way through now to where it stops. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Keep rolling until the tackle stopped. And it's on the foot, and then we lose it. Keep running this through now to the end of the tackle, and the referee blows his whistle there. Thank you, I've made my decision.
Oh, what a super effort that was from the Rhinos. And guess who's in there? Coming from the right edge, it's Brodie Croft who makes the legs tackle first. Lockie Miller and Alfie Edgell all denied. Frankie Holt in a try. Brilliant defence.
There was attitude again about that Leeds defence, wasn't there? An attitude that we've seen in short supply so far this year. They keep this going for 80 minutes, wow. But Leigh is still offering a threat. Lutelli and Miller's across just to flick it out of play.
I mean, I say brilliant defence. They were opened up far too easy. But the fact is that they've now got desire and commitment and ability to move for one another defensively. And that's why, because Leigh have thrown a little bit at them with 31 minutes on the clock. And the away team have yet to register a point.
There have been games this year when Leeds have put 40-minute performances in and either tailed off or not done it in the first half or whatever. Can they keep this up for 80 minutes? You rather suspect the way they're playing here, the way they've come into this tonight, it looks like this could be their biggest performance of the season.
It's certainly proving to be as Jared O'Connor looks to
here's
go.
Penny.
But he misses there.
Penny with a carry. Well, Leigh fans will be enjoying watching that. Ipape comes out of dummy half. He fancies going. There are bodies flying at him, and I think he's going to be held up as if the referee has a right good look there. Chris Kendall almost put his head in amongst the bodies just to make sure.
Well, the Leopards have got over the line twice now, and I'm not too sure that the home team can just keep inviting. Jared O'Connor flies out the line. He comes out of system, and they nearly get burned for it.
Lucky Miller's trying to pretend he's injured there, I think, and slow things down, but the referee's having none of that. Here comes Moylan, gathered by an abundance of defenders again. This is Ipape. Chamberlain catches. Inside ball. Norman. 7 minutes of the half remaining. Ipape, Leigh desperate to get themselves on, and Penne desperate to score a try on his debut. He's certainly had an impact since his arrival on the field, but Leigh's defence holds firm again.
Yeah, that's good work there. Lockie Miller, Jared O'Connor just doing enough to stop the big man charging with his second carry. Leigh turned the ball over a metre or so away. It's a big defensive set this for the Leopards if they're going to get anything out of this half.
There's O'Connor out of dummy half. Martin trying to blast it clear. Leigh defenders coming in with intensity and speed off their line. O'Connor again is having a look around here. Which way is he going? He's going to come left again. It's the slight body of Ned McCormack, which does ever so well to find a bit of give. Miller. Smith just spinning out of the hands of Hughes' first attempt. But they're on the last. Cleared the midway point inside their own half. Croft now with a kick. Moylan, perfect position. And Hanley says, give it to me, I'll have a go here. And Hanley again with that footwork and making it difficult for those Leeds defenders, but Sam Esse Jr. puts his arms around him and drags him to the ground. Here comes Charnley now. Head down and trying to burst. He's having a feeling about something towards the referee.
Yeah, it looked like a little high shot. If he get away with it, Chris Kent will have none of it. It's a quick play of the ball, and Penne goes again.
Here comes Penne.
Good offload too.
Offloads it to Hardacre. Moylan slightly overruns it. Hardacre has to take it on. So Ipape, Leigh are very much building their own foundations in the last few minutes. Moylan and Chamberlain, who's gone into the centres at the moment, and he's being dragged out of play. And there again is a taste of the intent and the determination. And Leeds get it back by virtue of their own solid labour.
And they're working hard for one another. Ed Chamberlain just gets held up. And the work from Cam Smith and Justin Sangare. Just usher Ed Chamberlain over that sideline and just deny any chance of a threat. The commitment, Dave, from the Rhinos, particularly in defending their line, has been exceptional tonight.
Momorowski. Chev Walker is a hero, Leeds player, of course. He played in the grand final in 2004, didn't he? And it's easy to forget, but that grand final win by Leeds then was their first title in 32 years. So the drought they're on at the moment is not quite as bad as it was in the 70s and 80s.
No, but the thing is, their golden generation, a lot of this crowd, once you have success, you get a taste for it, you get used to it, and you almost start demanding it. Well, it takes an awful lot to win one title.
So Leeds within sight of their opponent's half. Back with Croft. A twist by Esse. Would have been desperate for action, wouldn't he? Wigan player, hasn't played for them yet. Croft with a pass away. Oh, McDonald. Here's O'Connor. Croft again, he's standing there, wants the ball, gets the ball. Smith. And across it comes. Frenchman Mikel Gudemond is put to the ground, and Martin gets up there to collect. Here's Smith and Croft. Oh, it's a poor pass from
It's going to be a penalty, this still.
Yeah.
Penne just can't resist. Knock Cam Smith off his feet just as he lets go of the pass. You would imagine here, 30 metres away, slap bang in the post, just seeing the picture there. He just hits him as he releases that pass to Brodie Croft. It's late, but that's all it is. And the Rhinos, through the trusty boot of Reece Martin, just fancy taking this scoreboard from 10 to 12. With just over 2 minutes left on the clock. And with this Leeds Rhinos crowd, all full of energy, they'll be delighted with what they've seen here.
South stand looks resplendent, doesn't it? There might be a few in there that haven't been there for a couple of months, couple of years, but drawn back tonight in memory of Rob Burrow, and so far will have enjoyed what they've seen since kick-off. Martin settles himself. Missed his last one, but this one is directly in front of the sticks. Has to give his side a clear two-score lead, and the flags go up to confirm that. And Leeds now leading by 12 points to 0. A happy Leeds coach. We've not been able to say that too often this year.
No, and they've been full value for it as well, Dave. I really like the way they started the game. Mikolaj Alecki, I thought he was exceptional, carried the baton forward. But I love what they did, targeting in and around Leigh in the middle. Tom Amon, so often the talisman of the pack. Well, he took him out of the game because he just made him work effort on effort in defence.
So Leeds looking to bring it out.
It's a good offload, Croft off the back of it.
We're being told, by the way, that David Fossitour has passed his HIA. There he is. But he won't be able to come back on into the second half. This is Reece Martin. Frawley. Goodemont just carrying in again. O'Connor marching into dummy half again, looking to launch something the last minute of this first half as well. Have Leeds got another punch to deliver here? Sangare. Last play. This will possibly be the last play of the half as well, as O'Connor picks it up. Smith puts it back. Here's the man of the half, Croft, who offers it inside for Lockie Miller, who's going to be tackled. And Leigh will get it back. Is there time for them to get this ball played before the hooter sounds? Have they got the desire to play the ball before the hooter sounds? It seems not. So a perplexing first half from Adrian Lamb's point of view. Brodie Croft has been the undoubted star of that opening 40 minutes. And Chef Walker might only be interim coach, but he's a happy coach. And so are they. At half-time, it's Leeds 12, Leigh 0.
Thank you very much, Dave. Just a reminder of what the Leeds club have been through and put themselves through in the last week. In round 14, they lost the second from bottom Hull FC. 48 hours before today's kickoff, they parted company with their head coach, Rowan Smith. And then in the build-up to this game, they gave the most remarkable tribute to the great Rob Burrow. And in the first 40 minutes of Betfred Super League action in this round 15 fixture, they have been simply superb. As Dave said, led by the inspirational former man of steel, Brodie Croft. They have a 12-0 half-time lead over the Leigh Leopards, who themselves have been playing very well in Super League of late. First half analysis with Jamie Jones-Buchanan and Barry McDermott after this break. Let's take you to the newly named Brick Community Stadium in Wigan, where the champions, the Warriors, are in action, and their production line just keeps rolling them out. This is Jack Farriman making his home debut for the Warriors. This is the first of 2 tries he scored in the opening half. Liam Marshall with the other, and the Warriors lead at half-time over the bottom of the table, Broncos, 18 points to nil. It's 12-0 to the Leeds Rhinos here against the Leigh Leopards in an emotionally charged AMT Headingley Stadium. Barry McDermott and Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Special night with the return of some very special faces here. Danny Badira is one of those who has probably made a contribution to tonight's game. Please explain.
I think so. It's an extraordinary night, Brian, so I'm going to give you an extraordinary insight. Yesterday, young Littlewood and SA were getting a debut shirts presented by Danny Badiris, who then leaned into a story about the 2 number 7s that he's played with at the 2 clubs, Rob Burrow and Andrew Johns. As trump cards, they cannot be beat. And then they went into a story about how important it is in that number 7 jersey to boss a team around, to own the accountability of the performance of the side. And on the way out, it says to me, Jonesy, how do you think Brodie Croft took that? A little bit sheepish. And I looked at him and said, we'll see, won't we?
Well, we certainly saw that.
Well, we got our answer.
He came out like a man possessed, like Conor McGregor. Full of confidence, full of energy, full of enthusiasm. We saw that as you see him walking in. I remember listening to him and Andy Ackers when they joined the club from Salford Red Devils, saying, we want to taste the atmosphere, we want to listen to that magic South Stand chant for us, not against us. Well, he took everybody in a Leigh Leopard shirt on. The emotion he shows when he slams that ball down, I think he's feeding and bleeding into his teammates.
Absolutely, and just to quantify and give it context, he's got number 6 on his back, but all his social tags...
Number 7 with his fingers there.
He's got number 7 with his fingers there, and he's been born out of the image of Cooper Cronk at the Melbourne Storm, and we've just seen the best of Brodie Croft tonight.
And nights like this can weigh heavy on your shoulders, too heavy for sometimes. He has taken the emotion of tonight and injected it into his performance. He's been simply superb with and without the ball, as have the Leeds Rhinos.
In attack and defence, I've seen a tenacity and a commitment in defence that we haven't seen for weeks. I could say months, maybe not at all in 2024, but every time the Leigh Leopards have got anywhere near the line of the Leeds Rhinos, there's been 2, 3, 4 shirts. Good positioning from the young winger here. Shields Hanley to not get near the ball, and again, bodies in the screen.
Look at Brodie Croft. He's in there again, getting a Croft cover tackles. Whatever he's handed his dues tonight, it's working for him, and that's what it's been about. It's not just about the skill that he's got in abundance, but the effort areas as well.
And here's Croft again. as we see him hit the most hard
Look
of
at him,
lines.
bang,
He
bang.
wants it.
He wants that ball. It's a long way upfield for him to go. He's not thinking about scoring a try. He's thinking, I'm going to run on this ball with as much commitment as I can, and I will make things happen.
And look at the reaction, Baz. That, for me, is what tells tales about what's inside somebody. That commitment, that intent. And look at it. Look what it means. It's been building all season like a bubble. It's burst, and we've seen the best of him.
You're absolutely right. And that, again, is with the ball. Here's Brodie Croft and the Leeds Rhinos without the ball. Leigh Leopards, who we know can attack, going so close. Look at Croft come across, charge across to chop down Frankie Halton. Then brilliant defensive efforts from the likes of James McDonald.
Hey, listen, this is a good Leigh Leopards side. They can burn you. They've got lots of players who have the intellect, who've got the pace, and who've got desire to get over the try line. But you match that with the commitment from players like Brodie Croft. Not just Brodie Croft, but he's the one that we're looking at saying, lads, boys, follow him.
And it starts there and it grows, it's contagious. And we heard Danny Medeiros talking about the selfless nature and Danny Maguire and that group that they played with. And that's why when you start to serve each other, it gets reciprocated and Oak Tide starts to rise.
They have had a completion rate, to use one metric from that first 40 minutes, that was maybe absent in some of their performances in the earlier 14 rounds. 90%, Barry.
90%, we had to double check that. Only a couple of errors, couple of penalties conceded. It's not too often, and obviously, you know, the modern day don't always focus on completion rates. It's always about what you do with the ball when you've got it, but that's impressive. That's different. That's what's different about tonight. There's a number of things that we can point out, but that's actual tangible evidence.
Okay, we're celebrating the life of Rob Burrow today here on Sky Sports and here at Headingley Stadium. He lived the last 4.5 years of his life, as did his family and friends with MND. They raised millions, Rob and his great friend Kevin Sinfield, to help those that will be diagnosed in the future. It is Global MND Awareness Day, Barry.
Each day, 6 people are diagnosed with MND.
And each day, 6 people die of MND.
There is no cure, but the MND Association is a charity working hard to change that. You can help them. Scan the QR code in the corner of your screen if you want to donate to them, or go to the mndorganisation.org/Sky Sports to help out. And the Leeds Rhinos have, of course, helped out. They're wearing a very special jersey designed by Kath Muir, who is living with MND. It is sold by the bucket load here at Headingley Stadium. The side, the team, well, they can't believe what they're watching. A remarkable first half. More to come, maybe, here at Headingley. We're bringing you every game for the Betfred Super League live this year on Sky Sports. So 3 more from round 15. Doubleheader tomorrow. Hull FC Warrington starts it all off at 2:55 p.m. on Arena. Same channel at 5:25. The Giants taking on the struggling Catalan Dragons. Still in 6th, but having dropped form recently. Salford take on the league-leading Saints at 2:55 p.m. on Sunday. That one again, Sky Sports action. Let's take you back to the Brick Community Stadium in Wigan. Jack Farman, of course, got a double in the first half, a young British talented half-back. Well, they'll be licking their lips at Wigan with the prospect of seeing more of this man. They lead 24-0 at half-time. 2 from Farman, 1 from Marshall, and 1 from Abbas Miski. Just a reminder of the scoreline here at AMT Headingley Stadium on a special night for rugby league and the Leeds Rhinos. Brodie Croft, the former man of steel, has inspired the Rhinos in that first 40. They lead by 12 against the Leigh Leopards. Let's get over to Jenna Brooks, who is standing by with a returning superstar here at Headingley.
Superstar, I've been told by many that this man next to me is one of the greatest ever overseas signings for the Leeds Rhinos. Ali Lautiti, thank you for your time. It's been almost 10 years since you were last at Headingley. Rob Burrow must have meant a lot to you.
Yeah, no, you know, amazing human being. As you can see, there's a reflection of his legacy and what he's brought to the game and the team. And so, no, it's only a small token just to kind of turn up and show our appreciation to not only to him, but Lindsay and the family. So, yeah.
I'm sure you've got many memories, but what is your stand-up memory when it comes to Rob?
Oh, you know, so many. He's an amazing player. But I think just the way when he enters a room, he cheers everyone up with humour, but also probably his Michael Jackson kind of moves. But just one of those guys that always brings the best out of you too. So, great human being.
Ali, thank you so much for your time. Go up and enjoy this second half, because it is about to get underway, so we can go back to our commentary team, Dave and Kyle.
Thanks, Jenna. Well, what can we expect in the second half now? He produced a wonder show in the first, with his 2 tries and his defensive efforts, and Chef Walker might even be making a case for being the next Leeds coach full-time. You never know.
There are lots of rumours still flying around, Dave, with that one. For the next 40 minutes. Well, you mentioned it, a complete 80-minute performance really is what Leeds Rhinos need this season. We haven't had one yet.
Absolutely, absolutely nailed it there, Kyle. 40 minutes does not make a season. So let's see how this unfolds. And Leigh will have a response here, won't they?
Yeah, I felt just, you know, on the balance of that first half, they just looked a little bit flat for me, Dave. And Adrian Lamb managing to get his message across to the players. Well, we'll get to see if they can put that into fruition as Jack Hughes, he tries to get his side away from his own end and crosses the 40. And a decent couple of carries from the away side so far in this set. Moylan.
A reminder in terms of what this night means as far as the table is concerned. If it stays like this, Leeds will be level on points with 6th placed Catalan, but of course Catalan will have a game in hand. And if it stays like this, Leigh will find themselves 5 points adrift still of that top 6. And with games just beginning to run out, that is a very uncomfortable deficit for Leigh. They need to turn this around tonight.
And they also, next weekend, they're staring down the barrel of an away trip to the champions in Wigan Warriors, so it doesn't get any easier for Adrian Lamb's men. So that's why tonight is such an important night for them. The next 38 minutes, they've got to not leave nothing out there tonight.
Here's Miller. Adrian Lamb just wondering if his side can produce a response here. Sangare.
I mean, Leigh look most threatening when they speed up in and around the ruck and they play off the back of it. And Frankie Halter with a charge down here. There's a race on.
Lockie Miller should have it covered, but you can't account for the bounce of a ball, but he does eventually sweep things up. And Leeds will start from there with another set of 6. So, Jenna, what's the news from the 2 dressing rooms at half-time?
Well, Dave, Chef Walker is extremely pleased with that first half. He says that his side are doing everything that they've spoken about all week. Their effort levels are where they need to be. The togetherness is there. There is so much passion. They just need to reset now and do it all again in this second half. Adrian Lamb has asked his players to cut out the errors. According to our stats, they've made 7 in that first half. They're just doing too much defending. They need to be patient with the ball, but he is confident that they can score some points in this second half.
Well, we shall see. Thank you, Jenna. Leeds give them on with a tussle. Actually picks himself up out of that mess and gets the ball played away. Frawley goes out to Croft. Croft gets it on again to Miller. And here's a step back on the inside from that young fella. But it's a turnover, and then McCormack put down.
And then McCormack there is choosing to take the line on. A young 19-year-old.
Not his debut tonight. He made his debut against Warrington in April this year, didn't he? He was an England Rugby Union international. Decided his future was in rugby league, so...
And he was playing in the Championship last week as well for Halifax in that win over up at Barrow. He finds himself in a different cauldron tonight.
Here's Ipape. Taken on again by Trapp. Pennick got the arms free. Chamberlain has it now. Will take on the line and give them a little bit of a test, but dealt with. 1 play to go. 15 away. Ipape. Here's Lamb. Lamb right up to the line, and Moylan again is involved, and Lutelli. And again, it's that defensive effort that denies them the try. Well, we're going to have another look at this.
Right, Jack, it's tackle 5. I have no try. Just make sure he doesn't get the ball to the ground.
So from Jack Smith
I've
again
got last
here.
tackle turnover, just short of the lines.
It's tackle 5, we've got no try. We're checking grounding, please, and camera 2 is going to be our best for our first shot. intelligent possession. It's a fair challenge. Now we'll just keep our eyes on this ball and keep running it through. It's up at this point. It's always up, just keep rolling it. Ball is up. Ball is up. Still up. Just keep rolling this angle, please, if you can. Still up. Still up. Keep rolling this angle. Just stay in shot on this. The ball is always up. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Just until the tackle is complete. Just keep it rolling. Keep going to the end of this tackle. I know where the referee has blew his whistle. I can't see him in shot, so he's not getting his end up shot on the line there. Yeah. Thank you. I've made my decision.
Wow. Chev Walker spoke about the togetherness, the desire, and once again, the Leopards get over the line, but are denied through a last-ditch effort, and it's Lockie Miller this time. Ricky Litelli, he does so well, just about to ground that ball, and Miller just throws his arm underneath it.
It's a Leeds defence tonight. Oh, what about the Leigh defence there? That's a great response, and they've got the ball back. Penny came out with it. Lamb tries a little kick. Hardacre drops on it. Referee says there was a knock-on. Congratulating themselves here. Well, we talk about Leeds' determination in defence, matched by the Leopards here.
Yeah, Fussy too, and Penny and Dan Norman.
It's a scrum.
Just hitting him hard and driving him back. There's a bit of a scramble after it, but Fussy too, a very, very difficult carry coming out of that pocket. And the Leopards do so well, and they get another opportunity here early on in this second half. 10 metres away, centre of the field. And keep your eyes on the number 7, Lachlan Lamb.
Lamb, Moylan, Hanley, Hardacre, all looking right, all looking right. That's the way it goes. Lamb now, this is Moylan. Hardacre's run the dummy angle, and Moylan's got nowhere else to go. But he does get it away, and Lamb helps it on its way. And Leigh is still going here. What an opportunity. Score early here. They plant the doubts. Lamb back to this left-hand side. O'Donnell trying to cut back in. Here's Ipape. Tries a forward pass. Referee's not having that. Still have a chance. 4 plays to go. 4 plays to go. And camped in that position. Lamb again, opposite back in once more, and here comes Chamberlain trying to drag himself through. Lamb, Ipape rather, skips it left. Adrian Lamb now to Moylan. Moylan, Litelli, bang goes the shoulder of Fussy Tiller.
That's a great shot, Dave. He just flattens the centre in Litelli. There's one more to go.
Moylan puts it high, chases on, hands up there, it's gone behind, and last off a Leeds hand. Drop out underneath the sticks.
Look, this game...
I think he might be asking the video referee for a judgment here, or has he made this decision? He's asking for the video referee to help out here.
We're just checking.
It's just whose hand does it come off last, and it does there. It comes off young Ned McCormack.
Yeah.
That right hand bats it away, but I was just about to say there is so many positives. This game is far yet from over. It's far from done, in fact. But there's loads of positives for the blue and amber of the Leeds Rhinos tonight.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's the clearest angle of them all, isn't it? And it is a dropout. Awkward bounce for Moylan. Deals with it well enough. Norman takes it back in. Ipape lines up at dummy half. Here's Penny again. He's been a lively presence, hasn't he?
I was just about to say, he's been decent. He's got a quick play of the ball here as 6 again as Ipape takes off and straightens up.
Tries to burst, almost bursts the seams of that Leeds defence, but the stitching just about stays together. And now it's slung back. A step. A little bit of a twirl as well by Hughes.
I get a sense it's coming, Dave. The Leopards are building momentum.
Ipape to Lamb, Lamb, Moylan, Momorowski made the step out, made the early commitment, and he's cut it out. He's stopped the advancement, but Ipape goes low and hard for the line, but goes back even harder and ends up on the ground, clutching dreams, but little else in that situation. Now it's with Lamb. Just a search back by Chamberlain again. Leeds remain resolute. They have done for 5. How about the 6th play in this set? Can Leigh find a key to unlock them? Latelli with a kick to the in-goal area. And it bounces away. It hit a Leigh leg, but not played out. A Leeds leg not played out. And a tap back on the 20.
Again, they just deal with a wave after wave of attack from the Leopards so far. And 7 minutes into the second half, it's been all the away team. But the Rhinos, there's just no space, Dave. Everybody's working incredibly hard under the ball. And that kick from Moylan, and he tries to squeeze it through, and he does so. But it's too long. And the Rhinos heroically defend once again. And this crowd are loving it.
Oh, yeah. It's a fabulous Friday night at Headingley. And if Rob Barrow is looking down on this, he'll be mightily pleased with everything that he's seen so far, both before and since kickoff. And timely enough, the number 7 creeps into view. And now they go left. And here comes Miller. And Miller offers it back on the inside. The break is on. And it's going to be Frawley to finish. Matt Frawley ripping the heart out of Leigh's resistance. Leeds are looking fabulous. And everybody on the terraces tonight is enjoying this unforgettable Friday.
Well, Brodie Croft, well, he gave us magical, and Matt Frawley has just gave us wonderful. A brilliant Leeds Rhinos try. Wonderful ball movement, and the ball back on the inside as it just comes from right to left on the screen. Lockie Miller does so well, skips, fends away, turns the ball back underneath, and Frawley, like the great number 7 that we're all here tonight celebrating, just keeps his legs moving, keeps supporting, and scores a crucial try in the context of this game, Dave.
Well, Leigh were camped at the other end, but the tent pegs ripped out, and Leeds go the distance. And Chev Walker celebrating.
And just from a Leigh perspective, Dave, when you've thrown everything at your opposite for 7 or 8 minutes and you haven't been able to find a way of breaking them, and then in the blink of an eye they roll up the other end of the field, that hurts. It's very difficult to recover from. And with the scoreboard as it is, and this kick more than likely going to be 2 more points added at 18-0 down.
On a night of big moments and unforgettable experiences, here's a little piece of history, because Rhys Martin puts this over. It's the 500th successful kick of his career. So that is a pretty astonishing landmark as well, as over it does go, 18-0. It was a night when we've come here to remember a number 7. It's a number 7 who scores tonight, and Rob Barrow's signature on the back there as well. And Irene and his mum looking on with pride.
Well, it just had to be. And a big smile from Irene Burrow.
So Hardacre starts us off again. Oh, Oletsky. Well, Leigh are not giving up on this.
No, they certainly won't. The evidence tells them that the quality that they have in their ranks, they have the ability to go back-to-back tries. There's no doubt about that, Dave. But they're going to have to do it pretty quickly, because the Rhinos here, with 18,000 fans all behind them, are looking in the mood tonight.
Well, Martin's done well. 3 of them in attendance, but he still slipped it away. And O'Connor will take his side another 15 metres downfield. The adrenaline is flowing. This is Croft. Dummies. And then offers it inside to Momirovski, who comes in on the angle. Now it's Miller. Miller goes skipping away, finds a gap. A little bubble to run into. Leeds are desperate for more here. They are in the mood. Frawley now. Searches again. Now it's with Croft. Croft back inside again. McDonald dancing away from 2 defenders. then finding trouble, but he's knocked it on. He was trying to roll it, keep it alive in the spirit of the moment, but he's knocked it on.
Well, they were moving like the Leeds of old. Ali Lawatiti, Danny Maguire, Danny Badiris all here. They played in sides that just kept the ball moving, kept challenging the middles, kept making them move. It's incredibly difficult to defend when they do this, but it all comes to nothing. A beautiful little drop-off, which they've done all night, challenged the inside pressure from the Leigh Leopards. And it comes to nothing with that just lack of concentration at the end there. It's almost like he wants to offload the ball. He's got to do a little bit better than that.
We've seen Leeds recover seasons dramatically in recent years, haven't we? Not the least when Rowan Smith took charge and took them to a grand final from a very parlous position.
Yeah.
Ian Lee's now the sporting director at the club. We've seen them go to grand finals and win the thing from 5th place in the table. I tell you, if they can bottle this emotion and this form tonight and reproduce it consistently this season, you wouldn't bank against them.
Well, it's so important as well for Super League to have a strong Leeds Rhinos. And the last couple of seasons, you know, it hasn't been pretty. And other teams have took their place. And Tom Amon fresh back out to the field. He's got a task on his hands now. It's quick rucks that the Leopards need, and playing off the back of that, Brad Dwyer out there too. He'd enjoy them.
Leeds sticks it high for Situa, and it was a Moylan handle that it was that knocked it forward. So Leeds get it back.
Turn over there, boys. Last time.
Situa felt he was in position, but suddenly the big palm of Matt Moylan bats it away. Leeds have it nonetheless.
I think you could be perhaps guilty, Dave, of coming in and looking down the team sheet and seeing youngsters like Ned McCormack, Alfie Edgell, Ben Littlewood, Sam Essay, of course, making his debut, and think that they had it all to do, but every one of them has stood up tonight incredibly well, particularly McCormack and Edgell.
Yeah, on the subject of those youngsters, here they come again. McDonnell. We mentioned that list of absentees: Newman, Handley, Ackers, Holroyd, Bentley, Lissoni and Gannon. But collectively, those players haven't been able to produce a performance like this so far this season when they've been on the field.
Looks at the arm, the ball goes forward.
It's gone forward.
And just makes a play there, Kai O'Donnell on Jared O'Connor, and just does enough to make that ball traject forward. Brodie Croft trying to play on the advantage line. They really do like taking short sides, the Leeds Rhinos. It's been a strength of theirs this season.
It's a scrum, boys. We're going to be short of the player here. Okay, heads in.
We've got 25 minutes left on the clock, and you feel that Leigh, they have to score next.
Yep. Marching all together, sung with gusto. It's going to be an interesting July for Leeds. London at home, Warrington away, Hull KR at home and Huddersfield away. Those in July, and then we creep into August and it's Salford away. These are potentially season-defining matches. And who knows who the coach might be for those potentially season-defining matches. Still got a game to win here. RD Cup.
Move, get square! Sam! Sam!
Lamb slings it back to Moylan, and Moylan is stepping back in the inside. Momorowski just about holding on to him, and likewise a little help from McDonnell. This is the last. Lamb tries to thread it through and knocked on.
Reece
Martin as he tried to get down.
He does everything right, puts himself, reads the kick. With just a lack of execution on the end of it. He reads that play, tries to do the job for Frawley, who's in loop as well. But he spills it and he knows it's a bad error.
Well, the Leigh fans on the Western Terrace are getting excited here because they know their side have got an opportunity, and as we so often see, one can very easily become two, then can become three, and games can turn around. And here comes Lamb to try and engineer that.
Well, there's one.
And Moylan, and there is the one, and Leigh have got themselves back in now. Is Is this the start of something special from the Leopards?
It could very well be, Dave. And again, the Rhinos have defended the line for a long, long time in this game, and particularly in this second half. And in the end, when you've got the quality in there, we mentioned Lamb and Moylan, they would have a say in this game. And it's took them to just shy of the hour mark to do so, as Matt Moylan just burns and gets on the outside of Momorowski. And it's a decent scrum move. Brodie Croft, he can't help but bite in. It brings Momorowski in, and the pace and balance of Matt Moylan is enough to get on the outside of Momorowski. Brodie Croft there, just a bit aggressive on that play. And it's a chance, Dave. It's a chance for the Leopards.
Well, full credit to this Leigh side that they've never been far away from being in this game, have they? Trailing on the scoreboard, but they've been having a dig throughout.
I think they've certainly been more improved in the second half, particularly with ball in hand. Apart from a little sort of purple patch there a couple of minutes ago from the Rhinos, the majority of this has been played with our heads turned to the left, in front of that western end of the ground, as Moylan tries to slot this in front of those Leigh fans. Difficult kick with the south stand behind him.
Well, it's a big one, this one, because if they are going to turn it around, they need to go up in sixes, not fours, and he's put it wide. Didn't make the distance. Dropped wide as well. So 18 points to 4, but suddenly the coach can be a little more wistful about what could potentially be happening here.
Yeah, but it just goes to show that if you're going to invite this attack, and it had to be the left edge as well, but if you're going to invite this attack down near your own line time after time again, they will make you pay. But credit the Rhinos, who've defended heroically this evening, but just that was just too much for them.
So encouraged and lifted.
Oh!
And full of effort. Can Leigh find another big response here?
Well, they're going hunting, but they're not coming up with anything. As the Leigh side are just rolling down the field with a slight ball movement here. Frankie Halton decides to just take a few more metres, settle the play.
Well, they're searching wide, and here's Moylan. Stepping back, Pepe with a grab. Interesting that both he and Dwyer are on the field at the minute.
It's just designed to speed it up. Both of them like to run.
Moylan again. Up it goes. Here's Hardacre. Last play. Hanley fling it into Moylan. Only Pepe will take it on again. Here's Lamb, and closed down brilliantly by McDonald.
Yeah, he sensed it. And he went on the pass. Just watch his change of speed when the ball's in the air. He just kills that play. Terrific work from the back rower.
Well, a reminder, so much emotion tonight in the build-up. And that QR code on your screen. Today is Global MND Awareness Day as well. And if you scan that QR code now, or you go to mndassociation.org/Sky Sports, you can donate to MND, the MND Association, who are fighting so hard to find a cure for that terrible disease, which everybody in rugby league now is very much aware of because of the inspirational Rob Burrow.
Oh, Penny! Had a big shot on Reece Martin. Rocks his head back.
Miller sticks it high. Hanley happy to collect in return. But Leeds defenders up there, cutting down his options. Latelli with a carry. Wigan building on their lead against London as well, which is not the most unexpected outcome, but 36 points to 0 they're leading at the moment. Still about 15 or so minutes left in that game as well.
It's a good carry there from Kai O'Donnell. Gets in between Cam Smith.
Lamb jogging back towards the middle. They let Sam Esse nearly took off there, didn't he? Getting up there to make that tackle.
Oh, it's a poor
It goes, has it gone too far? Hanley does his best to try and keep it in, but he can't.
Yeah, he's furious with that one. He got a quick play of the ball, the carry earlier, and a man of his quality, Matt Moylan, the 32-year-old, he knows he should be putting a better kick in there, an attacking kick. He just catches it wrong.
Jared, just go back, please.
He'll be pleased with you, by the way, Matt Moylan.
And go in the middle as well.
He turned 33 this last week.
Cheers, Jared.
Is he? Yes, he's getting older, as we all are, Carl.
We get another year then.
How old were you when you retired?
Too old.
Morosky gets up and plays. Here comes O'Connor. Leeds reloading here. Walensky. Well, he went forward, but he came back a distance. And Leigh's determination in defence is very much apparent here. Miller. Corey Johnson having arrived from the interchange bench in that dummy half roll. Croft again. It's lifted by Pape and dumped to the ground. It's a good effort, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, a good solid hit.
Some strength there. This is Martin, who sticks it up there. Hanley underneath it. Judges it well enough.
Just watch this. Almost a Cumberland throw. They give away the penalty to Leeds Rhinos. The youngster just having another go at him. I think it's McCormack.
So Leigh with a tap restart, just about 5 short of the halfway line. So here they come with another set, the majority of which will be in their opponent's half. Another chance to finish in an attacking position. Leeds are being asked a few questions here by a Leigh side that is refusing to go down without a fight. Dwyer to Moylan. Back on the inside, Amon now will straighten things up, with Pape running alongside him as well, like a blocker in the NFL. Here's Dwyer. Pape. Chamberlain trying to take them on. Dwyer's across there. Moylan flinging out. Lamb back on the inside for Lutelli. Lutelli's trying to find a path here. Was there an obstruction there? No, there wasn't. Didn't stop anyone making a tackle. There was contact, but they didn't stop anybody's defensive efforts. Dwyer now on the 6, goes for glory, ends up bruised on the floor and having to get the ball back. I think he was expecting something else there, wasn't he, Adrian Lamb?
Well, that right edge was set up, and Lachlan Lamb, he looked disappointed there when Dwyer decided to go for it on his own.
I'm not sure of his exact wordage there, but I think the word pass was included in it.
Yeah.
"15 minutes to go. South Stand banging the drums. Momorowski with the offload. Tackle on Johnston. There's Edgell again. Looked a little flat there for Esse Junior to run onto, but he's kept it alive. And O'Connor now, and Walensky throws it left, and suddenly Edgell with a chance to run with it, pushing one off, takes 2 more to put him down. Leeds on the last, only just inside the Leigh half. They were hoping for a restart there. Referee says play on again. Here comes Lockie Miller running it on the last, but they just fouled things up a little.
And it comes to nothing in the end. It's the line speed from Brad Dwyer and Zach Hardacre on the inside that makes Lockie Miller just step right off his foot. Forces him down the short side, and he just can't quite do the soft, delicate hands to pass it out. They come up with a mistake.
Dwyer again. Lino, one try. Suddenly the game's wide open again.
Yeah.
Dwyer. This is Lamb. They're working hard. They're working really hard. Dwyer. Amon. Soft-handed pass. Can't unlock Leeds' defensive line. But they'll go again here. And just absolutely burst through. Absolutely burst through that Leeds defensive line. And now they're excited because now they know it is on. 18-8 kick to come. There's life for Leigh in Leeds at the moment.
Pape gets his third try. Nothing fancy. We talked about the shape, the left edge. There's nothing fancy to this, but it's soft. It's soft to say the least. It's disappointing for the Rhinos because they've defended so well tonight. It's McDonald and Corey Johnson that can't deal with the immediate. You can have all the shape you want, but you've got to deal with what's in front of you, and that is far too easy. And Chev Walker would be disappointed with this. You shouldn't be getting beat like that. But it's game on.
Matt Moylan's kicked the goal there into double figures. Leeds 18, Leigh 10. The game's alive. 12 minutes to go. The South Stand finds its voice again to try and lift the local heroes. But those Leigh fans on the Western Terrace now, no, there's a chance. All that emotion of the first half. Is it draining them a little now, Leeds?
Well, no, I think they've almost gone into shock mode where they just sat back. The 3 tries up. And we talked about the 80-minute performance, but they've made a number of errors and they've hurt themselves. But there's no excuse, really, Dave, for that last try.
As Lachlan Lamb was catching that ball, Tom Amon was just looking at the defensive line, picking where he was going to run at. This is a huge passage of play to come. 12 minutes, 2 seasons on the line for both these clubs. Win tonight, desperately important to improve their chances of making the end-of-season party, the playoffs and all of that. They can trace their fates possibly back to tonight when September comes around. But who gets out of this with dreams alive? Lutelli. 1 to go. Dwyer. Lamb again. Hoists it high. Should be easy for Miller, and is. He was chased down by Trout, but he's got away from him. Not O'Donnell.
Yeah, Trout perhaps sensing an opportunity. Lockie Miller's footwork
to reach there, didn't he?
Entering the final 10 minutes now, Dave. We're locked in at 8 points. The Rhinos at the minute are struggling for goal forward.
Croft back on the inside again. Loose-ish pass, swept up, kept safe, kept possession, but they've lost yards. And they're on to the last play here, Leeds, and Leigh will be looking to close them down. Try and put some pressure on Miller, but Miller does get the kick away before too many advance, and here comes Hanley to run it back to give his side the best starting position possible.
Yeah, there's one team that looks to have the energy at the moment, and it's the away team. Only 20 metres made in that last set. Lockie Miller has to kick the ball from deep.
Pape again. 3 tackles to go. They've almost reached the halfway point in this set in terms of yardage covered, but Hardacre put down, nibbling inside. Leads half of the game. Amon just put himself into second gear and then third very quickly to spring forward, but Leeds suppressed momentarily. Lamb goes left. O'Donnell comes running in. High tackle.
No, I think the tackle's okay.
No, you're right. Well, 2 proud parents here tonight. Rob's mum and dad up in the big screen, and big smiles in what has been such a A sad week. The grandkids here too. What a night we've had. Pussy to it. Johnson bends his back and sends it left to Martin. Martin rolls it out and Frawley quickly gets the pass away. Search back on the inside. And Moe gets himself in the way of McCormack's crunch, but he's done really well to get up and play that. And Smith now, there's a Leigh player who'd just stepped out of the line, Owen Trout, just to close things down, but Smith resists the temptation to pass. Last play. Miller sticks it up there. And where's this coming down? Into the hands of Hanley again, who's claimed it well.
Yeah, great take. I've watched Leigh over the last couple of weeks, and all the teams seem to opt to kick the ball high and hanging into a mile of Hanley. But he's so safe. He comes up with another great take.
7.5 minutes to go. Can Leigh manufacture a great escape at Headingley? Or do Leeds hang on for an emotional and memorable win? Dwyer goes out to Hardacre. Leeds working hard in defence, and Leigh are running out of tackles. 2 to go, still inside their own half. They need something special here. Lamb, Moylan sensed that Momorowski was coming in, so taps it away, and here's Charnley with all his muscularity.
It's a great piece of skill from Matt Moylan, the catch and pass under pressure.
This is the last, this is the last. Lamb again. Out it goes. Chamberlain helps it on its way. Moylan's there again. Here's Hardacre. Leeds defenders across there in numbers. Close down the threat, close down the danger. Adrian Lamb frustrated again that his side can't find a breakthrough here.
Last couple of sets. Ran out of ideas on last tackle options, but decided to run the ball. The Rhinos have defended well tonight, apart from that Edwin Apape try. They've worked hard.
Well, Leeds have not been very effective, as you can see, in scoring in the last 9-10 minutes of games. They are the worst in the league. Only 2 tries in between 71st and 80th minute the whole season. Only twice they've done that, and you can see how far behind they're behind everyone else. So
well, it's going to sound crazy this day, but I actually think it's the Rhinos' defence that have won them this game tonight. Yes, they managed to register 18 points, but 3 or 4 occasions they've denied certain tries that would have been for Leigh, and if those had been scored, well, the scoreboard looks an awfully lot different.
Yeah. There's Croft again, taking a tumble underneath those bodies that come at him. Frawley, his duty to put it up there. Moylan again, hardly has to move an inch. He just anticipated where that was going, and as Hanley brings it forward, Rhys Martin meets and greets with a certain ferocity.
He didn't miss.
Shoulder into ribs. Here's Charnley. Leigh have to score twice. Leeds have to deny that assembly of facts.
They have to roll the dice sooner or later.
Dwyer, Amon, Davis. But again, they're running through the tackles inside their own half. Dwyer, sit back again. Martin gets up and plays it. You can see that Dwyer wanted it played much quicker than it was. Remonstrating with the referee. Lamb puts it up there. And it's bounced off the shoulder of Miller. And, well, it went backwards. There's a bit of luck. Fusitua picks it up, but Miller's hurt here.
I think Tom Amon comes off second best. He actually collides with Miller as he's in the air. I thought it was a penalty, if I'm honest. But Tom Amon, he takes a knee to the face for good measure.
Miller's problem cramp there.
It looks that way.
Enjoy tonight. A big crowd here tonight.
Huge crowd. the atmosphere of the South Stand right beneath our very feet, Dave. It's been bouncing all night, and it's great to see.
Well, they've come here to watch the game, but they've come here for Rob Barrow.
Absolutely, yeah.
17,500. Very nearly capacity crowd tonight.
And one that all of Rob's family can be immensely proud of. He brought so many moments of joy to these fans here tonight over a long, long time. And he's won over millions with his brave, committed and selfless battle with that horrible disease of MND.
Yeah. Well, smiling faces in amongst the heartbreak, smiling faces in there. And a lot of MND shirts as well. You can see those very specially designed MND shirts which go towards raising money for the MND Association as well. A real cluster of them all around the ground. But there's a game to be won here, and there are still 4 and a bit minutes to play.
Time is ticking. Time is ticking away, Dave. And this isn't help.
Well, that's huge. That's huge because the clock is very much on Leeds' side now. And that's another set of 6 they're going to get under their belts here, all things being equal. And that's another minute or so that will disappear from Leigh's disposal.
Matt Davis back in the side last week over in Perpignan after missing those 2 away trips to Mulcair and Huddersfield, and just gives away a relieving penalty in a period of the game where it was almost last hope for the Leopards.
Leeds know they don't need anything fancy here, just honest endeavour. And in terms of honest endeavour, there's the personification.
He set the benchmark early in the half. And when Nikolai Aledzki's carrying the ball like that, then people will follow him.
O'Connor moving out of the dummy half role now that Johnson's come on, but still playing an important part here. Martin spinning. Couple of plays. There's no value in a drop goal here, is there? They just want to finish this either with a try or put their opponents as close to their own goal line as possible. And here's Brodie Croft.
Lively tonight, Croft.
Hardacre. Well, they'll settle for that, Leeds. There's 2 and a bit minutes now, 2.5 minutes there or thereabouts. Well, and Leigh have to start from here.
Yeah, just keeping hold of the ball. There's no point in putting boot to it. Just turn it over, knowing that you've only got to make another 12 tackles and the game's yours. They have to throw something here now. Kai O'Donnell, he goes searching, but Momorowski all over him.
It's almost at the point of impossibility in terms of time remaining for Leigh to score twice. They have to score in this set, this set. Of course they do. Here comes Lamb, out to Hardacre. Who else has he got out there? Well, Hanley's out there, but Hardacre wants to do it himself at the ground he once graced. And he was once very much a hero. Hanley brings it back to the middle again. Under the reach, and Lamb again is closed down. Referee says play on. He had the whistle in his mouth, and then he does belatedly blow it again. Charlie's off, thinks he's on a try-scoring run. But the referee just hesitated there before he blew that.
Yeah, he was caught in 2 minds whether that ball did go forward. On that evidence there, it's almost a harsh call against Lachlan Lamb. The ball looks like it certainly goes back, but it's terrific pressure from Brodie Croft. He set this game alight with his 2 tries in the first half, his defensive efforts as well. And that there, the man who starts it all, is there to finish it in Brodie Croft.
Well, Friday nights haven't been like this in Leeds for a long time. The South Stand in full voice. A night when the majority of people came in here tonight for the simple reason of paying tribute to Rob Barrow.
6 again.
Here's Martin.
And just taking the time now, just knocking off seconds at each and every play of the ball.
Croft caught in possession. The other number 6, The two Australians. And it's back with Martin. Martin will take it in. This is the last set now, 20 seconds left to play. Alechki. Slowly does it. Off they go. Countdown now as Frawley goes out to Martin. Martin will just take the tackle. And that is that. And a point to the sky from Brodie Croft. Tears of emotion we've seen all night. Smiles as well in amongst them. They came tonight to salute their little hero. And Leeds, on the back of that, have let the good times roll again. Headingley has been a wonderful, wonderful place to be on such a special night. And Leeds might even, on the back of that, think they could have just reignited their season.
Yeah, special night as the Burrows look on. Brodie Croft at the heartbeat of everything good about the Rhinos. And now their season, May Dave, just burst into life.
We'll see about that, but in terms of a mark of respect tonight, you could not have wished for anything better than what we've witnessed from start to finish. Full time here, Leeds 18, Leigh 10.
Dave, Kyle, thank you very much. A special night here at Leeds. We've said it many times. I don't think Barry McDermott, Jamie Jones-Buchanan, we or anybody in here tonight will forget what we've just seen.
Do you know the images that are sticking with me? Of course, we see Jeff, we see Irene celebrating, and let's be right, it was tense because Leigh Leopards are a fantastic side, but young Miles, the nephew, who was just down below Rob's mum and dad. There he is at the bottom of your screen. Miles, the most passionate kid I've ever come across. Great character he is. He's only played 3 games of rugby. He scored 1 try already, so I meant to see him at Hull last week, but I know, and he was, obviously everybody was upset at the start of the game, but he's delighted now, and I think everybody else in this Headingley Stadium is.
He's wearing the special Leeds Rhinos MND shirt designed by Kath Muir, who is herself living with MND. Miles will never forget this. Any youngsters in here, any youngsters watching this on TV tonight will not forget this, JB. This is sport at its best.
It's sport at its very best, Brian, and there's a lot of young people that won't remember, were nowhere near alive and born when the golden generation come through. This is some of their finest and best experiences, and I've been around for 30 years and I've not felt a night like this tonight, Brian. You know, the Rugby Leeds Marathon and the previous one we talked about in 2020, 12th of January, all special occasions, but it felt somewhat exponentially special about tonight. And when you called it, actually, you know, we're listening to the South Stand, the energy that's coming out of there, it was like looking back into it 10, 15 years ago when it had the condensate lights, your orange and asbestos roof and just madness from within, and you felt that essence of that tonight.
We're on Sky Sports Action, Showcase and Main Event. We will have people watching this that maybe aren't regular rugby league watchers. It's worthwhile to contextualise tonight. It's a Leeds Rhino side that lost last week to second from bottom Hull FC. Parted company with their coach 48 hours before the kickoff to their special tribute to Rob Burrow. And their team, who had been in the doldrums, have just delivered an 18-10 victory against a Leigh Leopard side that was on the rise. It has been a quite remarkable night of celebration and sport. Here is Jenna with the player of the match.
Brian, I have a very emotional Brodie Croft. It was an enormous performance, Brodie. I hate making you talk. I know this moment means so much to you. Brodie Croft, just try and put into words your feelings right now.
I can't. To be honest, I've been trying to hold it in all day. I've been trying to hold it in for. That must feel a little better. I'm so pleased we could get the result for Rob and his family and his crowd.
What does Rob Burrow, what does this moment, what do the fans here today, this win, given everything that the Leeds Rhinos have been through this past week, this season, what does it mean to you personally?
It's hard to put into words. I mean, it's just been such an emotional 2 weeks. When I met Rob's parents, And then to see them in the stands today, I can't.
Hey, it's clear you're extremely emotional. To be able to inject that emotion out there on this pitch into your performance, I mean, how did you do that?
I tried to keep it in. I tried to keep it in and not think about it too much. And think about it just after the match now. So, yeah, it's one of those ones that I'll remember this day for the rest of my life. I'm so pleased we get the result.
And Danny Baderis last night, I know he presented the team with their jerseys. He said some pretty inspiring things to you all. How did that affect you?
It's special to see the old boys. I mean, just this whole occasion, you knew it was going to be a big one. And then to have all those boys come back, Danny to fly over from Australia, I mean, it just shows the impact that Rob's had. And for the MND community as well. I'm a bit speechless, to be honest.
Brodie Croft, thank you so much for speaking to us. You were an inspiration tonight, one I know Rob Burrow would have been so proud of. Thank you, and please go and be with your teammates. We can bring in his interim head coach, Chev Walker, an emotional Brodie Croft. We are calling that performance by the Leeds Rhinos tonight instrumental, inspiring, incredible. What are you calling it?
I just lost for words. That's for our little mate. That we not owe it to Rob, but like the way he's fought through everything. And I asked him before the game just to get out there and play in Rob's spirit, and they did that. They were brave. They attacked it, and yeah, that's Rob. That's Rob all over that performance.
It certainly was. No doubt Rob is up there looking down. What do you think he'd be thinking?
I think he'll be really grateful for the lads doing that, for this club that he loved. And I just think, yeah, he'll be happy.
Are you proud?
Yeah, unbelievably proud. It's been a tough week. Yeah, it's been a mad week on a personal note, but as a professional, it was really important that we did that and we got that done.
Can you hold on to this passion, this togetherness now for the rest of the year?
Yeah, it's been there. It's just there's been a lot of outside noise, and it's been hard. It's been hard for players to come game day and rip in. And there couldn't have been any outside noise tonight when it were all about Rob. So we have to galvanise from that and rip into it. The team spirit's always been there. There's just been a little bit of fear of it.
Chev Walker, thank you for talking to us. Congratulations, a massive, massive win on a very special evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have never seen emotion like it in post-match interviews. Chev Walker, the interim coach, and Brodie Croft, player of the match. And there is Lindsay and the kids, who will no doubt, well, I don't know, Barry, you know them better than anybody. Jeff, Irene, I don't know what they're thinking. I'm sure a range of emotions.
Tonight's very tough for everybody, isn't it? Just seeing Brodie Croft, who doesn't know Rob, Chev Walker, who's been by Rob's side all the way through, with the same emotion. Brian, that's what I want from an halfback. Sometimes when I'm calling games, I am critical of halfbacks because I demand and expect so much. But Chev Walker has rallied these people around to represent Rob's family, and it's just been incredible. And Jonesy said he hadn't experienced emotion like this. I remember in January 2020 in Rob and Jonesy's game, you were in the middle, but it's just phenomenal.
I will say, I want to pass this on as well. The message came in yesterday from former coach Rowan Smith, who made a point that tonight was about Rob Burrow, about the inspirational leadership, and I'm quoting him here, of Kevin Sinfield and Lindsay Burrow. People like Phil Daly behind the scenes here who have done everything they can to help Rob over the last 4.5 years. Help Rob, help his parents, Jeff and Irene. There are so many people to thank, but very dignified message from the departed Rowan Smith.
Yeah, without a doubt, and I believe from what I've heard, he's in the ground as well, has come to see it, pays respects and be a part of it, understands
McDermott, Lindsay Burrow, the inspirational Lindsay Burrow. What an incredible woman.
What an incredible woman. What an incredible family. You just don't get this every week, do you? You just don't get this in a lifetime.
You've been close to her and the family for the last, well, for a long time, but the last 4.5 years, you've been turning up at the house. You've been having biscuits, teas, coffees. You know what she's been through. You know what she's had to do, raising a family at the same time as looking after Rob.
Her focus is her family, her focus is her kids, and that's all her mind is on. But nights like this, you know, we've talked about Rob and what his kids will understand about Rob and the messages people will say and the things that the great things they will say. Do you know what I've seen tonight? I've seen every era, every year, all different sponsors, all different makes of Leeds Rhinos shirt. Burrow number 7 on them. It's been incredible, it really has. Shirts purple from 2001, 2002. It's, you know, it's awe-inspiring.
People keep talking about sport being a results-based game. I'm not 100% convinced. I think this is what it's about. It's about having an excuse, a reason, a mission, a vision, a destination to bring people together for a common good, a common cause, to give us an opportunity to shine. And Rob Burrow's the best of that. You know, the bravery that is shown, that's his gift in 2 lifetimes. One being a rugby league player, defying everybody's expectations of being a small young guy who's not going to be able to play a gladiatorial game, then having that courage again in the MND walk, shining that light on that community, being brave, living it publicly, and ultimately having this inspiration. We talked about the young kids that will have been here, that will have seen it, whose lives might have been changed through this occasion. And again, it's born out of adversity, but for me, this is what sport's all about. It's a metaphor for the best of humanity.
Don't ever tell me they don't care. The Brodie Croft player of the match interview with Jenna. Brodie Croft, well, he was playing over in the NRL when in 2017 Rob Burrow brought the curtain down on his remarkable career with a grand final win. Would never met Rob Burrow, the player.
Yeah.
Was reduced to tears because of the occasion.
Brian, you asked me, you said, why did you pick him for the man of match? He was head and shoulders above everybody else, and everything he did, you could see it coming out of his veins, the veins in his head.
There he is with the son of Kevin Sinfield.
Yeah, and Jack Sinfield will be soaking all this up. Obviously, his dad played a tremendous part of this club, and we can't mention Rob without, you know, congratulating what Kev has managed to do, and what Kev, along with Rob, have shown everybody. And, you know, I've talked about it a couple of times during the week. Chev mentioned it there. You know, what would Rob be thinking tonight? Well, one, he'd want to get away early because he loved an early dart, didn't he, Jonesy? Yeah. He loved an early dart. He couldn't wait to get out of the building. Yeah. But he'd talk about this. He'd talk about heart. He'd talk about desire. You could never try and anticipate what Rob were going to do, because he didn't know what he was going to do. Didn't watch a lot of rugby league, did he? We were talking about this afternoon. He just had an instinct to be around where the action is, where the ball is.
100% on and off the field, mate. He was an instinctive guy, and that's what made him so special. You never knew what to expect. But just going back there, Kevin Sinfield, he'll be in Japan, and I can't imagine there'll be many people on the planet more emotional than what he'll be right now. It's obviously a travesty that he can't be here. We had the lovely message from him, what the work he's done, and you just touched on it there, Brian. Again, is another example of what that group was about, what they did for each other, and, you know, between them, again, the work for the MND community and shining that light through the great game of rugby league, who for me has always been born out of that social mobility, social impact. They've taught us all a massive, massive lesson tonight.
Well, ground has been broken at the Rob Burrow Centre for MND at Seacroft here. There will be permanent reminders and memorials and tributes to Rob Burrow in the city of Leeds, and here at the stadium, Headingley Stadium, where he gave so many unforgettable nights. There are murals, mosaics, banners everywhere here, and they will last out tonight. Some won't be removed ever.
The memories from tonight will live with people forever. Jonesy's talked about how the young kids who are still waving at us from the terraces, who've had a great night, they don't understand the enormity of what we understand. We're here to commemorate what was an incredible rugby league player, an incredible person, and what Rob managed to do. And it is difficult to say it, but what Rob managed to do was open the door to everybody to see that journey, that MND journey. And I hope if I ever get faced with that, I can do it with the same dignity, because it was incredible what he did. Never blamed anybody else. Just took it all in and was more thoughtful and cared about everyone else.
We've had lots of tears here tonight, Barry, understandably. In and amongst that supporter group, Rob's family. He had a no tears policy. Tell us about that.
Yeah, he did. He did. And I think that's him, innit? That's him. He didn't want anybody else to feel sorry for him, feel sad for him. But, yeah, it's very difficult, isn't it? It is.
As tough as it gets. And you can just see the people that are walking around and not quite sure what to do with themselves. And there's a lot of boys, as we've talked about, up in the Lewis Jones suite there. They'll be going, getting together and reminiscing. That little mosaic, we've just seen a mosaic out laid out on the pitch, which gives us an insight into the little characters, the little nuances around Rob, his personality, his life. And they'll be talking, I imagine, long into the morning about the effect that he's had on them and how we can all take that little bit of a courage, that little pill that is left behind for us all when we have those moments of vulnerability in life, and we need that courage to take that step. You just talked about it there, Barry. You know, luck is when preparation meets opportunity or adversity, and that kid just prepared in everything that he ever did with the people around him.
Well, he did his very best for his family. He did his very best when he wore the Leeds Rhinos jersey with pride. There is his son Jackson now, who has had a memorable night, and it looks like he's got Brodie Croft's Player of the Match medal around his neck. A special young boy. And it's been a special performance by the Leeds Rhinos club. We will say that here. They have been exceptional today in everything they did to farewell and to pay tribute to their great number 7, Rob Burrow. We will say goodbye to Sky Showcase, who have been with us today since 7 p.m. when we brought you a most memorable broadcast in memory of an unforgettable player. Barry, Jamie Jones Buchanan, as I said, we came on air at 7 p.m. in the build-up to a game. I mean, the back of our minds, we knew we had to broadcast a game between Leeds and Leigh, two sides that needed a win, but it really was everything we could do to pay tribute to your former teammate and friend.
Absolutely. They played with that passion, they played with that determination, the tenacity in defence was you know, something we haven't seen all season. And they wanted to win, Brian. You asked me up on the gantry there, where's this been the last couple of weeks? Where has it been?
Plenty of people entitled to ask that question.
Where has it been?
But they delivered.
But they've done it tonight.
That's right. And where was it last week? And there's anomalies all over the KPIs in the stats behind Leeds Rhinos this year. And you look at it and you think there's only a couple of things that maybe need changing, and they've had the belief and the faith to do that tonight. Some of it was energy, some of it might be field position, you know, the amount of play the balls are getting in opposition's half, the desire to get across the field and make those last-ditch tackles. They'll start to learn those lessons of believing it next week and going forward into the coming weeks, and we'll see what happens to the second half of the season.
Well, there are shots of our tribute show to Rob Burrow. We were joined at one stage by Rob's father, Jeff, in an emotional moment with two people he knows very well, and Barry and Jamie Jones Buchanan. Okay, let's run you through the results tonight, just to confirm in round 15 of the Betfred Super League. We had 2 tonight, of course. Last night we brought you Hull KR against Castleford. A narrow 1-point win. Jez Litton scoring the first drop goal of his career to give Willie Peters' side a victory. And tonight we have brought you Leeds Rhinos' unforgettable victory over the Leigh Leopards, who came back late in that second half. Wigan have had a comfortable win over the bottom of the table. Broncos 36-0 over the Brick Community Stadium. We've got 2 more games for you tomorrow from round 15. Hull FC hosting Warrington. That's 3 p.m. We'll be on air at 2:55 on Sky Sports Arena. Same channel at 5:25, building up to a 5:30 kickoff in the south of France between the Catalan Dragons and Huddersfield Giants. And the round, I should say, will come to a conclusion on Sunday over at Salford with the Red Devils in action against St Helens. 5-3 on action for that one. Right, here's the league table. Wigan, courtesy of that win over the Broncos, have gone now top of the table, pushing Saints into second. Saints, of course, in action on Sunday. Hull KR stay in third. For the Leeds Rhinos, they stay in 7th, but are now level on points with the Catalan Dragons just outside the top 6 and the playoff places. That defeat will, of course, have dented the Leigh Leopards' hopes of claiming a playoff place. They had been on a great run that has come to a halt tonight at Headingley. Well, just a reminder of what we've got coming up for you from the NRL. We've got the Roosters and Bulldogs tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. on Sky Sports Arena, and that will be followed at 10:30 by the Rabbits against the Sea Eagles. And the Betfred Super League action of Hull FC Warrington preceding the Catalan Dragons and Huddersfield Giants. OK, more NRL action on Sunday and Betfred Super League action. Tigers Raiders will kick it all off at 7 a.m. Action and main event for that will be back on action at 2:55 for Saints against Salford. And then on Wednesday, we've got Game 2 from the State of Origin. 1-0 lead for Queensland. 10 a.m. on Sky Sports action and Sky Sports main event. And Game 3 from the Women's State of Origin. Queensland, New South Wales, Thursday, 10:30 a.m. on Sky Sports action and main event. The summer solstice, June 21st, longest day of the year. It is also Global MND Awareness Day. It is a disease that kills 6 people every day. 6 people every day are diagnosed with MND. There is no cure, but the MND Association is a charity doing their very best to change that. If you want to contribute and help them, scan that QR code at the bottom of the corner of your screen or go to mndassociation.org/Sky Sports. People, of course, have been contributing since Rob Burrow, back in 2019, received the news that he had MND. And Rob and his great friend Kevin Sinfield have raised millions for that most worthy of causes. Thank you very much for your company at home here tonight. And my thanks to Jamie Jones-Buchanan and to Barry McDermott. I want to just leave you, gentlemen, just deliver one quick final word on what you have been part of today.
Very emotional, but a really fitting tribute to Rob, and I'm sure he'd be delighted with the performance, delighted with the fact that it was an halfback that took control of the evening, but just for everybody involved, a really morale-boosting win for the club.
And a rugby league legend said to me recently that it's hard to keep sadness in your heart when it's full of gratitude. I'm full of gratitude, Brian, for the journey that I've been on, that I've played rugby league with people like Rob Burrow. He's made a lasting impression on my life, as he has done, and everybody in the stadium tonight. People at home, a big thank you and gratitude to the broadcasters that have made this possible to shine a light, to continue his legacy and his journey on that community, rugby league community and the MND community. Big thank you to you and being a big part of it. And let's continue.
Thank you. In the words of Rob Burrow, in a world full of adversity, we must still dare to dream.